We're killing it today, boys and girls. And
We're being censored.
friends.
Sheepy won't let.
Windows is an asshole.
My defaults used to just be the regular. Apparently that's changed now. Thanks. Also, fun story. I wasn't recording, so I can't record. Fuck.
All right, so
Today is a
we'll
good
see you all
day.
next week.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're done. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Sunkissed.
Yeah, it was Cass's last one. He did great. Bye.
It was emotional.
Also, since I organised the cameras, Josh moved, so I have to send to him again.
I can do that myself, thank you.
So I don't need to start recording. So anyway, I technically I did the intro, but I feel like I'm gonna cut all that out or forget.
Time.
So hello everyone, welcome to Sunkissed, a Vandy RPG Masquerade campaign, Weirgate, vampires, in spite of everyone. So I have a story for everyone. It's the third time I'm trying to tell this fucking story. I woke up a couple of hours ago in a panic to get everything organised. As I was going through my stuff and everything, I was like, okay, let's check if there's an update for my drivers, because otherwise I won't be able to record my OBS, which there is not. There was, however, a Windows update, and while I was hanging with the ineffable Bentham yesterday, Windows update randomly restarted me in the middle of our conversation. So I was like, you know what? I'll check Windows update. There was one, and it was like, hey, would you like to schedule this? And I was like, probably yes, because at the moment you're restarting me right in the middle of Sunkissed, which would be bad. So I hit the schedule, and it went, okay, cool, restart. And I just it restarted me instantly. Massive update, took ages, and this is why we're here. This is why we're like 30 minutes late. It was stuck on 17% for about what felt like an hour, and it put me in mind of basically Windows and Windows Update. Windows Update especially is like you're in the kitchen, like boiling a kettle to make tea, and right as the kettle boils, you take it off the hob, and a dude kicks your door in, walks into your kitchen, drills holes in your kettle, and just boiling water goes over you and him and everything, and it's horrible. And it's like, there's your update. It's like, thanks. So
That's a weird kettle update.
I mean, if Windows did kettle updates, I guess.
Word.
Kettle 2000.
That's my experience. I'm pretty sure I've done everything that I need to do for the beginning of the show. So let's move on to people. The other people here who I'm sure are doing much, much better than me. Looking pristine and healthy and yeah, okay. Josh, let's start with you.
Hi. Welcome everyone to Cass's last episode. He's gonna go out with a bang.
Well, you almost did before the speech.
Almost.
Yeah.
But I have things planned. No, I don't. That's a lie. Yeah. It is sad, but I am looking forward to you know,
not
finally
being on
doing
the
the
show
battle
anymore.
royale that Weirgate was always meant to be. That's the plan for this episode.
I mean, isn't that what kind of has happened? Almost. Well,
Pretty much.
actually, there wasn't.
This is the point where the arena walls start going in.
Oh dear.
We've been playing too much Apex. Okay, someone not me.
Okay. Tess Aquila.
God, brain. Hi. I had surgery and have to have another surgery, and I'm really tired of having surgery. But aside from that, everything is good. Yeah, I Billy got sleep, and yeah,
Sure.
that's my miracle of the evening. Yes.
I had
Um,
sleep.
I did. I got sleep. It was nice.
Look at me. I have no bags
Sorry.
under my eyes.
I'm sorry. It's like the first time that I've gotten good sleep. Actually, wait, didn't I wake up in the middle? No, that was the other night. Okay, so I did get sleep. I've been not sleeping well, so I'm happy that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. You guys are all awesome.
Just default back to. I love you guys. Moving on to someone who is in better shape, but barely, than me. Vandy. Hey, Vandy.
Hi, I'm Vandy. I have a single brain cell in my brain right now, and it is limping along. So join me as Tess does probably stupid things again forever.
And ever and ever.
And ever and ever. But yes, no, I'm here, and I'm also daylight savings time is the fucking enemy. So I'm just like constantly. I got lots of sleep last night, and I'm exhausted. Like I got a normal amount of sleep, and my brain is just like, kind of feels like you're running on 2, maybe. So I got a Mountain Dew, like a real gamer. So let's fucking go, boys.
Sunkist is not sponsored by Mountain Dew.
No, it is not. Let's fucking go.
And finally, on to Hydra. Hey, Hydra.
I had to click my unmute about 5 times. It was
Oh.
sticky. Your kettle update thing reminded me of an amusement the other day. I've discovered Alexa can whisper. She has whisper mode.
Oh, God.
That
Activate
sounds
whisper
incredibly
mode.
unpleasant.
Oh, it's so good. I rolled over at about 3 in the morning the other night, and I just went, Alexa, how are you doing? And she said in response, I'm feeling quite spicy. Ask me for an innuendo. So I laid there about 3 in the morning, exchanging innuendos with Alexa while my other half slept peacefully. And I had a great time. It's absolutely magical. But in other news, my roleplay campaign will start again this Friday with a recap stream in character. And then the week after, we'll have another season and bad things happening. So that's cool.
Sunkist is not sponsored by Infidelity with Robots.
No. She is saucy, though. You give her that. They're generally all baking innuendos, so it's quite innocent.
What I really want someone to do now is hide an Alexa around their apartment or flat or wherever and have guests over, but have Alexa in whisper mode. So you're just randomly, and suddenly Alexa will be like, would you like me to search for that on the internet? You know, just like something like this is like, oh God, it's like a horror film.
You have to whisper to her first, and then she'll whisper back. But she can whisper like a pirate. I've tested this.
It's the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You'd be surprised what she can do. I'm done.
This is why I have an Alexa, because a long time ago the cool Destiny people sent me like a ghost thing. Sounds weird. The Destiny people sent me a ghost.
Right.
And it has to do with Alexa. That just sounds messed up. Okay, anyway, I never turned it on because I was scared of it, and so it just sits. And now I'm like I don't know if I should be glad or if it's been on this whole time.
Little tip, if you haven't watched it already, don't watch the Terminator films. Because that, you know, if you're scared of Alexa, ooh.
That's why I'm scared of Alexa.
You're scared of Alexa because of the Terminator films? Have you seen, like, yes, you've seen the Terminator films, and then nothing similar. So, last week, things happened. I may
Make
need help.
Tisechka say everything, because I explained what happened to her last week.
Do that to me.
And I got on a call and I was like, here's what happened last week. And now she knows it all. Everyone, she pro.
I know a little bit. Okay, so Tess wanted to kill Calig, right? And then
I'm sorry for
decides
throwing you under the bus.
no, you're not. Okay, so Tess went to go kill Calig, and Chrys got really mad at everybody for making her fight or making her feel like she had to fight, so she was just gonna leave and was packing, and then Cass went to go talk her out of it, and then he sort of succeeded, and she went to the woods to go stop Tess from killing Calig, even though Cass told her that Tess would keep her from having to fight. I don't really know how those two things make sense, but okay. Anyway, then in the woods, she ran into her Nosferatu friend, and he was like, "Screw them all, go on vacation." And she was like, "Okay," and so she went on vacation. and Tess went to go kill Calig, and then I think changed her mind, but I'm not entirely sure, and I have no idea what Alex was doing. And Cass turned one of his people.
Yes.
Lovely, aggressive, scary lady who's probably gonna murder all of us, and I'm kind of excited for it.
Okay. There was was the meeting last week, or was that the week before? I'm honest.
It was like the after party.
Yeah.
And the round the table sort of like poker meeting.
The first council meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of things were decided. Territories were kind of fleshed out. I need to make up a proper map of the current situation. But basically, all of the south and east side of the river, everything on that side of the river is now part of the free city of Weirgate, pretty much, with a council represented by all of the factions, territories, and faction representative. Faction representative can change. And
I forgot. Cass. So I think Tess didn't kill Calig, right? And then
no.
And then was really upset, and Cass found her, and to try to make her feel better, he gave her a bento box. He like put one together.
Yeah.
And then inside was a ring from, we later found out was, you did find out, right? People found out what it was from her dad, and now she has to go find her dad because she is freaked out that her ring was delivered to her in this random bento box.
And has no idea how long it was there, and yeah.
So, Josh, thank you.
You nailed it.
Also, I'd just like to point out that in his last episode, even though his character is not a betray bastard, Josh still managed to betray the players. I mean, specifically Tess.
No,
but,
he prepared literally like 20. So, okay. The moral of the story is Josh expects my brain to be not like a fish, but it is like a fish. So literally, like, you tell me something and then I understand it, and then it like just goes away immediately, and then I'm like grasping.
Other brain cell.
Well, at least
my two brain cells, and you happen to. I was wondering where it was.
That would be a great TV
Must have
show.
gone over to you.
My two brain cells. Also, at least you have the brain of a fish and not a Windows Update kettle. So
Josh was actually very kind to take the time to explain. So I just, that brain, it
was all update time. We
yeah. So only 45 minutes late. What did she be? Managed to work out that. Okay, so where did we leave off? We left off last episode with Cassius going to, I think, turn Atian?
Kateri.
Kateri.
Mm-hmm.
Atian and Kateri. Kateri, yes, okay. Okay, fine. So Tashdar is not here today because Chrys has gone on a vacation and probably won't be in the episode at all. And therefore I was like, hey Tash, you can take the day off. And she was like, okay, but I'm still going to be in chat and I'm going to be here anyway. So that's why she shouted me in chat to tell YouTube, hey guys, why she's not here. You happy now? Yeah, so we had Cassius has turned Kateri, Alec and Tess are nominally in charge of their territories for the sake of representatives. Sheldon Langdon has been given a piece of territory when the Blessed move out. They're currently in the process of leaving the city, and it looks like they've been moving stuff off and away. Important for Nahari, by the way. Yeah, Talia and Nathan and Kale Katen are all part of the council of Weirgate now. And this is something that probably would have been discussed during the meeting, to a very minor degree, is for the foreseeable next few weeks, the plan is keep things calm and get back to some form of normality, in the sense of like, hey guys, don't go charging over the river and murder everyone there and then take over the city. Don't attack each other's territory. Don't find flesh monsters in the basement. Let's just all have a nice normal time for a little bit. So essentially what we have is Alec kind of checking out and establishing his domain. Cassius finishing some final pieces of business for while he's in the city before he goes off to, I was going to say hook up, but let's say link up with Talia and start smoothing things over on the outside so people can leave and come in and everything else, and also maybe keep the Camarilla away and the Anarchs away, and honestly preferably the Sabbat away too. Tess is I think probably a mix of down and feeling a bit homesick, and having to, you know, organize things for the domain and for the club and etc. And Nahari, I think, will mostly find out for the most part, because I believe you were given a contact by Tamsa'ar, the contact that you had before, who incidentally, his name was
Sean.
His name was Sean Andrews. It's now Sean Kendricks, and he's got a new address. It's like in the maze, kind of far away from the Blessed, in terms of the city at least. So we'll pop in like a day after last episode. Like a little time has passed, but not, you know, not weeks and months or anything. Let's start off with Cassius, because I know he's got a couple of things to do. We'll start with you, Cass, and decide what you're doing. You're muted. Okay, there we go. I saw you open your mouth to speak, look, and see the mute.
I'm glad that we can have this time together. Okay. Cass is curious about all the different research notes that he has, and so he is preparing them to, like, probably either give them to people or hide them.
Yeah.
But there's some that he hasn't fully deciphered or read through yet. So he's gonna look through, because he knows that she needs help. He's gonna look through some of the research notes that he found that Tess.
Okay. If you want, you can spend the entire day going over all of the research notes and just looking for inspiration and details and maybe anything that you've missed. But
I think, yeah, I think he would be organizing all his stuff.
okay. So Cassius is being a nerd. Tess, do you have anything specific you want to be getting on with, or
other than moping and trying to figure out what the fuck this ring is doing in my possession? Honestly, Tess would have probably wanted to go see her mom, hang out there for a bit,
okay.
paint some cars, chill.
Get away from it all for a day or for a
Fucking
night.
not be, yeah, just like not be there. Either that or just like hide in a bed, but she'd probably want to go see her mom. So. And try very hard not to tell her that her dad is actually very, very much around the city, possibly, maybe.
It's kind of hard to, you know.
Who fucking knows? I don't.
Okay. For Alec, I believe you wanted to like do the regular doctor rounds.
Yep. I would probably set up at his convenience as well a meeting with Kale, because he seemed particularly polite
Okay.
and reasonable. So Alec will want to capitalize on that and meet his neighbor in a more formal setting. But that would be a case of send word and see what time suits him.
With the changes in territory, like you ceding that territory back to Kale, he is like, aside from Memorier, he is like your only other neighbor really. Like Nathan kind of skirts, but in that case, let's get a intelligence medicine roll, please.
Oh boy.
A medicinal.
Anything for biology, or is that a bit of a too catch-all?
Bit too catch-all in this instance, yeah.
I agree, for whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, on your rounds, you call in on a few different people. You are stopped in the street by a young lady whose dad has been complaining about like poor mobility. Basically, he's finding it harder to get around. A slightly older gentleman. You go and check it out. He's complaining that that his foot's been acting up. It's giving him the jibs, that type of thing. Turns out it is actually like parts of the foot is broken. He managed to break it somehow, and he hadn't realized. He thought it was like sprain or something. So you drop him a couple of painkillers and basically say head over to hospital and get that done and sorted. Carrying on, you do also go to visit the young child who you've been visiting on a regular basis, and it has been having issues with breathing, I believe.
Yes, I will just state that I probably will have packed some sweets. Knowing that my rounds would pass this way, I will probably have some licorice all sorts, or something hideously old-fashioned.
Werthers.
Yeah, Werthers. I don't know if I'm even that old, but maybe. Who knows?
Just because you're old just because you're not that old doesn't mean you can't have hideously
They are quite tasty.
They are quite tasty.
They are quite tasty.
Loud as hell when you unwrap them, though.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, true. Yeah, and a pain when you have to take your teeth out just to get the toffee
I
out.
haven't quite got there yet.
Soon. Yeah,
No.
just a few more weathers.
Oh, fun fact. I've said this to a couple of people before, but it amazes me. Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, obviously, has been retconned to have been like born in the 90s or 80s or something. So he's like either younger or the same age as me, which makes me very upset.
Wow, that's rough.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
sorry,
rough.
that was.
Yeah, so I'll knock on and see how things are going. See if there's been any changes in his condition.
So he's got kind of it's not really a cough. It's just like a tightness of the throat and fairly like messed up breathing and it's things like that. You've been able to ease it before. There are a few things before, like, you know, maybe asthma, but it didn't seem to be asthma. Maybe like you know, some kind of like chest infection, but it doesn't seem to be any kind of chest infection. This time round, as you're examining him and you're like running through possibilities and stuff, it does come to you that it could be a dust allergy.
That's a lot less serious than what Hydra was thinking, which was he's got TB or something. So
It's tuberculosis.
Well, that's what my brain went to. But anyway,
He's got the Spanish flu.
is he two parents, single parent, anyone available to?
Two parents.
Okay, I would probably call one of them in to explain that rather than step outside.
Yeah.
Are you aware that have you been cleaning a lot recently?
We both work full time. It's kind of hard to. I guess things have been a little lax about the place, but
May I ask what you do for a living? Sorry, Sheepy. I'm as bad as someone that asks for people's names.
Yeah.
That's coming next.
Well, I drive taxi.
Right. Transport. Well, let me help for the immediate future. I believe your son is suffering from a dust allergy. I will send a cleaner to assist if you would like. I see that the two of you are busy, and if you are happy, I am aware of a particularly good one.
That's really kind of you. Yeah, no, it's we'll of course we'll do our best as well to, now that we know, to try and keep it more clean.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, the first 2 months from me, I came into a little bit of money recently, and well, your son I think he's earned a bit of a break, and as have you, clearly. So I think this is rather reassuring.
I'm just glad to know what the problem is. It's much better than having some unknown.
Yes, absolutely. If you do not mind, I would like to ask his advice with a couple of things. I find the youngsters particularly knowledgeable on certain fields, so if you do not mind, I will be perhaps 10 minutes of his time.
Yeah, of course, I'll be here.
Marvelous. I'd like to go and have a chat with the little one.
Okay.
I will assume Alec has already asked his name.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Are you aware of where your name comes from?
No.
No. I will confess, me neither. I shall bring a book next time.
Okay.
I wanted to ask your advice, Jeremy, and I feel that you may know more about this than myself. Tell me, how old are you?
First up, can you just so I get a vague clue here?
Sure.
Can you roll me a... I'm assuming you're trying to seem like you've...
I'm trying to be nice.
You know what? Because the majority of your interactions with him so far have been doctorly, I'm going to say
Yep.
roll me charisma medicine. Because
Sure.
it's bedside manner, on basically, is
Yeah,
how
yeah.
he's going to feel about you.
Yeah, it will probably seem somewhat forced, but I imagine a lot of what Alex says would. Well, I'm going to take a re-roll.
Yeah,
for this.
no, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not offending this child.
2.
I'll take a 2.
Okay.
Wow. Bedside manner's a nice, strong point.
Oh, well, he's also like, hello, young man, how do you do?
Yes, hello.
I am your doctor. You have strep.
The good news is it's not TB.
I thought it was polio.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
So he's not like... The good news is he's not scared of you. He's also kind of like unsure, so...
Allow me to explain. I am probably, I suspect, newer to town than you may be, and I wanted to ask your advice on some of the local area.
Okay.
Shops, streets, parks, etc. I thought you might be able to help me.
There's a park near here, but it's closed. Or, well, we're not allowed to go there.
Oh, why are you not allowed to go?
There's some weird people who hang around there. There's like a really big dude and a small little girl, and apparently she's a ghost.
Ah, yes, that does sound unsettling. Best not to trifle with ghosts. Rest assured, they can be quite spooky. So tell me, what is your favorite place within town?
Where the fuck did
I'm
kids
sorry,
go?
Sheepy. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just like, my brain was like, oh, no problem. Like, kids go to places. I'm like, yeah, kids go to places like 30 years ago when I was a kid. Where do they go now?
Tough. Yeah.
They stay at home and play computer.
Alec hasn't thought this. Well, he maybe tried to think this through, but he's out of his league.
This is kind of weird, but I like school.
Really?
My friends are there.
Ah, I see. Is your school nice? Is it... Are the teachers good?
Not really.
How about the facilities?
Like the toilets?
And, footballs or whatever else they let you play with?
Yeah, they're okay, I guess.
Okay, I guess. Could they be better?
Yeah.
What sport do you like? Do you like sport?
I don't do much exercise. I don't do much sports, really.
An intellectual like myself.
I like Pokemon.
I see. Well, this has been illuminating.
Does Alec have any idea what Pokemon is?
Not at all. No,
Okay,
he's just
yeah.
being polite. He's just being polite. He's like, I'm gonna have to ask Christian to look that up for me.
Christian, find me some Pokemon.
To me, all the Pokemon.
Christian, bring me the Pokemon.
Ah, poor guy.
If you get if you team up with Tess or Nahari, it will end up being Team Rocket.
Word. Okay. Well, this has been useful. Hey, are there any places within town that are less pleasurable, less joyous, or any unsavory individuals?
There's the park. It's got a ghost.
I will deal with the ghost. Do not worry. I am quite the formidable ghostbuster.
What's that?
It's a theatrical movie.
Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, only...
I like Michael Bay.
Really? Interesting. Is there a cinema nearby?
There's one in Hunter's Walk.
Do your parents take you?
I've been before. I saw the new Star Wars. It's great. It's all flashy and lights. I hate
good
myself.
Alec doesn't understand the reference, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I see. Well, tell me, if there was anything you would change about this, where you live, what would it be?
It gets dark a bit too early at the moment. I wish it was lighter longer.
Indeed. But if you were to wait long enough, your wish will be granted. Have your parents explained daylight saving times?
No, they just said it's bloody stupid.
I would agree. The feudal system is long behind us, in some ways.
The what?
Indeed. That reminds me. I have bought a toffee.
Thank you.
That's all right. If you come into any problems, you will let me know.
Like what?
Anything. I'm looking to do some good around town.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open, and I'll go deal with that ghost. Take care.
Okay.
And I will bow before leaving.
All right. He kind of looks a little nonplussed, and I'm assuming you just kind of carry on your rounds.
Yeah, I will just continue on my rounds to begin with, but also everyone I meet, I'm going to be asking just sort of, how you doing? Like, I'm going to try and make more small talk than usual and just learn a little bit more about the area. Like, minor grievances people have, or things they're unhappy about.
Okay. Let's see if you can redeem yourself after that charisma medicine roll. Let's go for charisma streetwise or charisma persuasion, I would say.
Yeah, I'll go with persuasion if I may, because Alec was not born on the street.
No, really?
No. Persuasion with a little bit of charisma mixed in. Come on. Hey.
Okay.
I'll take 2.
You don't learn anything of like specific notes. Anything where you can go like hone in on and go, oh, this is a problem I can deal with. But you do start establishing your presence more. Kind of around the larger area, not just like where you were. But more people will know you, more people will recognize you, and be more willing to open up. So, as time goes on, you can, continue this.
I'll settle for just a little bit of rapport for now, then.
Yes, a little bit of rapport. Probably a few, small shop owners, etc. as well, just, they're like, oh, it's Dr. Kellerman, Dr. Kavolos kind of thing.
I'm also going to take note of any shops that have wanted workers and when I'm doing my rounds, be like, this place needed a thing. You considered working there. So just a little bit of people feng shui.
Okay. Feng shui. We're going to skip forward a little bit in time for this because there is a consequence to your actions. So later on, yeah, okay, so probably the day after, early in the evening, you hear a knock at the door and you hear Christian opening it and little kind of muffled, conversation, and then, a knock on your study door.
Yes, do come in.
Thank you, sir. There is a young man to see you, sir. He said if he ever had a problem, he would come to you.
Ooh, marvelous. Duty calls.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, did you find the Pokemon?
I have not yet located any, sir, but on my off time, I will be venturing out into the city with my phone, and I'm sure I'll capture some.
Marvelous. Whatever children are into, it is far beyond me. Anything more elaborate than a conquer is simply beyond my imagination as a child. Anyway, let us greet our guest.
Of course, sir. Go downstairs, and there is a young man, slightly disheveled as always, standing there. He seems to be doing a little bit better. So probably the parents have already cleaned up a little bit. And
Ah, young master. How may I serve thee?
you said come if I had a problem.
Oh, yes, of course. Do your parents know you are here?
Yes. Well, I was out with friends, and my shoe came undone.
Oh, no. I see. This is a matter most serious. Tell me.
I'm going to examine his other shoelace to see how it is tied.
It's like
To see.
the loop bunny ears.
Because Hydra is aware of 2 different ways to tie shoelaces, and there is a little bit of personal preference involved. But I am going to try and teach him both ways.
I asked my parents to buy me Velcro, but they say I need to learn how to tie my shoes. But I can't tie my shoes, and I'm not allowed to run if my shoes are untied. And
I see. As we have said, this is a matter most serious. Christian, will you please make a sandwich? Tell me what you like in those sandwiches.
peanut butter.
Christian, you heard the man?
Yes, sir. And once off.
And now for the dilemma of the undone shoe. So, let us first dissect the other one, if you will.
I'm going to guide him through the process of undoing his other shoelace, and I'm going to try and train his mind
into learning to tie his shoes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay, that will be an intelligence leadership, please.
I can do that.
I mean, you can technically, but we've been seeing how you roll in.
I feel like I should rouse the blood for this, but there's a child present, so that's just a
Yeah,
bad
that
idea.
could.
Let's not do that.
It could be
That's-
interesting.
Hang on.
That's 4.
Damn it.
Okay.
Is it 6+ or 5+? I can never remember.
What do you mean?
I did 3 rerolls because this is quite important to Alec.
It's 6+.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Damn you, Kane.
So it doesn't take too long. It wasn't a massively high bar, to be honest.
Yeah, he just wanted to do as best he could.
And you teach the child how to tie his shoelaces to the point where you think he's got it. And hopefully it will stick with him. During the course of which Christian comes back with a peanut butter sandwich, which does distract him a little bit and slow down the teaching process, but eventually he does demonstrate the ability with supervision to tie his shoelaces, and then runs off back to his mates.
I will probably try and just catch him before he goes and
It's
suggest
if
he's running, is he?
Well, I meant more like that's an iffy sentence to say when you're a vampire.
Oh, not like just as he
Catch
goes to
and
leave,
release.
just
One more thing.
it's just purely to let his parents know that he'd stopped by and that I give my regards to them and
Okay.
hope they're well.
Yeah, that's doable.
Well, Christian, I feel the world is a better place. Slightly, but
It's very possible, sir.
It is just a shoelace, but it is more productive than sitting on our bottoms.
The world can't have untied shoelaces running around all over the place, sir.
Absolutely not, lest we trip over them. I feel like having some adventure today. I may go meet a ghost.
Very well, sir.
Decided. I shall do so. If you would, Christian, would you like the afternoon off?
I do have some things about the estates to manage, sir.
I have a suggestion.
Quick question for Meta Alec is, how does Meta Alec get the money tied up with the old guard, like in their stuff and estates? Like, is he going to be able to weasel that, or is he going to have to put in some?
So everything kind of tied up in other factions.
Yeah.
At this point is handled by the council, and all the legal stuff is kind of like smoothed over, and
Okay.
And red tape is cut, and so you may not have all of their buildings. It will kind of depend. Some will go back to the city or to wherever, and
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
In that case, Alec's request will change.
I will provide you an assignment, if I will.
Of course, sir.
It may sound strange, but amuse me, humor me, if you will. Find 3 things about this street that you would change.
I will do my best, sir.
And I will be curious to hear your reasoning why. Do not fear failure. Just amuse yourself for a while.
Of course, sir.
Marvelous. Enjoy your evening. I shall be on the beat, as they say.
I shall head out. We don't have to do it, but I'll probably just go visit Celine, just to give them a heads up that there are some people talking about a ghost being there.
Well, we'll fade out on Alec leaving the house and Christian going off to find 3 things about the street that he would change and why. He's also going to have to show his work in essay form, and this may be the moment where my first player character dies because Sheepy can't be asked to do homework.
Fair.
There was a point when you were talking about shoelaces changing the world where I was still in kid brain, and I was like, you said something like, this is what will change the world or something, and my brain was about to say, with shoelaces, sir.
It's perfectly reasonable. I mean, Alec is a little tongue-in-cheek as he says such things, but my apologies for all of the please improvise X.
No, it's
But
it's
Alec
cool.
is amused.
So, scaling back a bit to Nahari. That's a Tessachka face, not a Nahari face.
Yes. Sorry.
Moving to Nahari. Nahari, we'll come back to you in the salon in the basement where, everyone's been kipping and you've been kind of put up for a while. Tess is moping. I would assume eating pancakes or... You know what? I'm thinking like Cheetos in bed.
Possibly. I mean, you know what? She might have just ordered a whole bunch of those Popeye, candy sticks off of Amazon and might be just chewing on those.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I happen to have actually, so I'm gonna go.
Okay. Cassius is being a massive nerd and reading books and research and things. So
Research and tidying.
research,
which is something you haven't seen him do before.
Yeah, there is definitely tidying going on as well. I know it's in your plan to go visit your contact and like reinitiate contact with him and everything. There's no rush, and so if you want to catch up with everyone or immediately run out and be like, no, let's on to the next thing. So yeah.
Do I know about the ring and why Tess is moping, or
You weren't there for that, no.
okay?
Like Tess may have spoken about it, but again, I'm not sure on that one. She's kind of been.
If Nahari asked, I would have told her.
Oh, let's see.
Okay. So I think I would notice her moping and just
definitely, yeah. She's not a subtle mopo.
Yeah, like I don't know. I would make some kind of yummy drink concoction, like hot chocolate or something, and bring it over to her. Be like, hey, so what's going on?
What's that?
Hot chocolate.
I try to dunk my little like Popeye sticks in there.
Mm.
You seem kind of upset.
I have been cradling the ring with me, and I kind of take it out.
What is it? Whose is it?
It's a ring. It's my dad's ring.
Oh. Is he here in the city?
I don't know. Cass was trying to make me feel better, made me a bento box with like my bento box, and then the ring was in there. And at first I thought he was proposing to me, which was super weird, but then I saw the ring and it's my dad's ring. And he just like awkwardly put it on top of the food. Like a weirdo. But also, why the fuck was my dad's ring in there? Like, that means I don't know what it means. He could have been here. Maybe he broke in and like put it there. And then I don't know when he would have done that, because I don't remember the last time I had bento, but it wasn't, Winnie who put it in there, because I definitely had bento after Winnie died.
Maybe he's just letting you know he's nearby in case you need him. It could be a good thing.
Tess, fuck. Nahari, I haven't seen my dad in like a decade, okay? He's also, a werewolf. So it's not like he would deliberately come into a city full of vampires, right? Not exactly the best call. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's been on the run for like ever, apparently. I thought it was from the fucking Yakuza, but apparently it's worse. Bunch of fucking werewolves. So, at least I think so.
Your dad, who's a werewolf, is on the run from other werewolves?
What I pieced together is that I thought my dad was in the Yakuza and we had to leave Japan because he tried to get out of the Yakuza because they didn't like that. So they started chasing him down and we had to basically flee, right? Turns out we were not part of the Yakuza, okay? My dad is a fucking werewolf.
Okay, so not just mafia, but werewolf mafia. Wow.
Cassius, are you... I assume you're, like, catching bits of this, to be honest?
Yeah,
Because you're
when
tidying up
someone
as well.
shouted Cass, he like poked his head round the corner and then realized they were having a conversation
Hmm.
and then just went back to doing what he was doing. But yeah, he's probably heard words float through the door or whatever.
Can you roll me an intelligence occult, please?
Sure.
It's almost politics, but I think it just veers into occult slightly more.
Okie dokie. That's 2.
You can reroll 1 if you like, but
Yeah, go on.
Oh.
Nah, 2.
I won't tell you whether or not it would have made a difference then. Not 100% sure. It's not something you've like delved into, but from what you know, the Eastern werewolf clans, and just from vague research and hearsay that from traveling, they're very often tied to or involved in organized crime and etc. So it's like, yeah, they could also be Yakuza, technically, maybe. Who knows?
Cass thinks this to himself, like steps towards the door to be like, actually, they could be both, but then realizes it's probably not a good idea to interrupt them at this point.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah. So now I don't know what to do, because if my mom's been communicating with my dad, right? My mom has no idea, as far as I know. I hope. And then, like, who just leaves a ring for their daughter that they haven't seen in forever? Okay? How did it even get in here? Do we have locks? Are our locks working?
We do, but they're not amazing. I've been meaning to set up a security system for ages. Money, though.
Why wouldn't he just come see me? Like, why wouldn't he just, like,
maybe it's not
say
safe.
hi?
Maybe it's not safe.
But it's safe to come into the place here to put a ring in a bento box where I might not have found it.
Well, there's no one else here that eats food, so you had to be the one that found it, right? I don't know if you would know that, but...
Yeah, but I'm not going through every single, like, Tupperware in the kitchen, It just doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. It's very... You know what? It's so like him, though, because he's just, like, a little deranged in how he does his pranks, okay? This is, like, so like him, where he'd, like, put something away, and then I wouldn't know where it is, and then I'd find it, and I'd be like, oh my god, like, I love you, Dad. But then he just fucking wouldn't even be there to see the reaction, and then, of course, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, well, why didn't he just put it, like, on my bed, or, like, under my pillow, like a fucking tooth fairy or something, right? But no! He didn't even leave, like, a letter. I guess this is more meaningful, but, like, still.
When you were like, when you were a kid and growing up, your dad told you that the tooth fairy was actually a goblin that stole your teeth if you slept with your head under your pillow.
By the way,
just a little piece of
the
information.
tooth fairy isn't even a fairy, it's a fucking goblin, okay? It's a goblin that goes into your mouth and takes your teeth. So make sure you're sleeping on top of the pillow, because
more reasonable, actually. But I mean, if your dad's a prankster, I don't know, this kind of makes sense. I don't know. You know him better than I do. But maybe it's not bad, is my point. Maybe it just... is him letting you know that he's nearby.
But what if
That
it
he
was
hasn't
like,
forgotten you?
what if it wasn't that? What if somebody got him? Like, what if somebody hurt him and then they took his ring and they knew, and then they came in here and they played this like ridiculous prank and
I feel like if somebody knew, they would definitely want to either see your reaction or like
Are there cameras?
write some kind of ransom note or something.
Well,
Sorry, the idea of someone ransoming a werewolf is just.
she's never met a werewolf, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just like, we have your werewolf. Give us $200,000, or you'll never see him again. And then, like a week later, it's like, we'll pay you $1,000 to take this werewolf off our hands. Jesus Christ, seriously, please.
It's like, what do I do with it? Like, do I get somebody to like sniff him out or something? Like a basset hound, and I just put the ring in front of them and say, "Go find my dad." I can't do that.
Cass's friends do that, maybe?
Cass,
Evening.
are you a basset hound?
No, but I can find one. Why?
Is a basset hound the best kind of hound for following a scent, like maybe from this ring?
You know, all this time and no one's talked to me about dogs. Basset hounds, very good trackers. Mostly, like, if you want a companion, like probably a Labrador.
I don't want a fucking companion. I want to find my dad.
Labradors also very good trackers, is the point I'm
Okay.
trying to make.
Do you have a Labrador just on hand?
Could you call him?
Labradors are probably easier to find. Yeah.
Maybe we should look for him.
But what if he's not here? What if he
Are
doesn't
you
want to be
looking
found?
for a dog, or do you need me to track someone? Because I can get Conan to do that.
Oh. Well, there you go.
I look at Conan for the first time with like a mild form of affection.
Yeah, I feel through the sympathetic connection we have, like Conan's sudden, like, slight fear. Like he's sat up, his ears have gone up. He's like, why is she looking at me? She never does this. Am I going to get treats, or am I going to have to run away? She has the food. Maybe
It's
food.
yeah. Conan has gone into flight or food mode instead of fight or fight.
Go and get really nice pieces of chicken from the fridge.
I just like run right over. Because
Like-
I'm all for this plan.
I'm cutting up some nice like pre-cooked chicken or whatever, making sure it's like
Yeah, the
Nice
second
and,
the
like-
fridge opens, Conan is like over by you, sitting down in good boy mode, and then the chicken comes out.
You can like talk to him, right?
More or less, yeah.
Okay, tell him, looking for my dad. I have a ring. Need him to smell it, see if he can find anything. But if he eats the ring, I will gut him so that I can get it back.
Okay, he's not going to eat a ring.
Well, I've seen
Then I look
dogs
at
and other
Conan.
animals eat
He's not going to
shitty
eat a
rings.
ring now.
Literally, I've seen him sniff his own poop, okay? Like, this... He
But
was
if you-
borderline going in for a bite there.
If you offer him chicken for just smelling the ring, I feel like he'll probably go for that, right?
I could also tell you for a fact, you have a couple of foxes here now. He has rolled in fox shit on multiple occasions, because dogs love to roll in fox shit. I've had dogs and lived in the country. I know this.
No offense, but dogs are pretty gross.
Okay,
So-
well, I've taken great offense at that because dogs aren't gross. They're just animals. So...
Conan farts.
That can and will clear a room, and I go into a different room.
Yeah.
With the
And
chicken.
Conan follows you because you still have the chicken.
Yep. Okay, so I hold the chicken, I hold the ring, and I'm like, Sniff ring.
I kind of like nudge
I get him to
Cass, and I'm
sniff the
like,
ring.
Yeah, he like leans in. And moves over
Fuck's sake. Okay, I
towards the chicken.
Give him a little piece of the chicken.
You've never trained dogs, have you?
No, I have not given. No, I don't know.
It's like
Tess has never trained a dog. No.
I want you to use your sense of smell while I'm holding a delicious piece of food right here.
Yeah, you probably get dog slobber on you.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, you do it. You do it.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Do not let him eat the ring. Do not.
You keep the chicken
Can I
in
put
a
it on a
different
chain?
room.
What if he eats it and then I have to like yank it out?
He's not gonna eat the ring.
I'm gonna go get a chain.
I'm gonna tell him not to eat the ring.
I'm gonna go get a chain.
I'm gonna kneel down next to Conan. See if you can get a scent off this. Does he?
I mean, he gets a. Okay.
It also smells like fucking sushi, which is like.
So let's start off with Tess. Tess, please roll me a intelligence animal ken.
That's a joke, right? Fuck. Okay. Animal ken intelligence. Yikes. Fucking. All right, let's fucking go here. A 1.
The only reason he's not eating that lovely smelling piece of chicken in your hand is because you've told him not to. As
Did I
in,
put the chicken away?
No, it's not the chicken. The ring smells of chicken.
Fuck. Oh.
Put the chicken away.
Okay, fuck. Put the chicken away.
Is it just like the room that smells like chicken?
No, because Tess went and got the chicken with the ring, and then had the chicken and the ring, and had the
I
hands.
didn't
and
have
so
them
it's
in
like,
the same hand. I didn't I made sure they were separate hands.
That's
Just
what the intelligence animal ken is.
I want in. Just...
I'm not mixing. Oh, I would not put chicken in the same hand as this ring. This ring is like.
The amount of experience Tess has with animals and specifically dogs, I feel like it would be like, yeah, they just smell whatever's on the thing and smell the thing. So.
but wouldn't Cass be able to like communicate with him that
Yes.
what we want?
To sniff the ring, which smells of chicken.
Okay. Maybe you can get Conan to actually track the ring's owner somehow.
Unless the owner smells like chicken.
Probably smells like werewolf, whatever that smells like.
And also it was in a bento box, and then it was put on the food. Like, it smells of, like, it's not just chicken, it just smells of food, basically.
See, I told you he was gonna eat it.
He didn't eat it.
He was wanted to.
He did
He
want
like
to.
noses against it and like licks it a little bit, probably. It's like,
Then ew, no!
I just want to call
Bring back.
attention to chat's theorizing that they're going through currently, which
I
is
just
just,
saw.
yeah.
I just. Oh my god. Conan. Can you find a judge?
You like the kind of empathic image you get from Conan when you say, "Can you find a giant chicken?" is just a large walking cooked chicken. You know, like the whole you see it
Like a
in,
Looney Tunes
Like
thing.
cartoon.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's kind of like a questioning thing, like, do we have a giant chicken?
Can I eat it?
No, we don't have a giant chicken. You can have the chicken though. God.
And the head like swivels over to Tess, who was the last person who had the chicken.
I just
Look at me.
actually I just go over to the fridge and take out some chicken and give it to Conan.
You get
And
slobber.
even though he's only a dog, it's still
You get slobber all over you.
He's not even being a good boy, okay? He's just being a slobber
He's not
machine.
being bad though. He tried. He would have tried.
Wow, if I got just rewards for not being bad.
You still wouldn't get many
No, I
rewards.
still wouldn't have much, honestly. Yeah.
Well, hey, at least the party was a good success, right? Mostly.
Mostly. I fucking hate this city. Love the club. But fuck, I hate this city. Ugh. Also, where is Chrys?
I don't know.
I assume she's gone to take a little time. She said she'd be back.
Back when?
That's up to her. I don't know. Soon.
Okay, but is it like tomorrow? Like a week?
I message Chrys. When are you going to be back?
Fuck, this is like my dad all over again. I'll be back. You'll see me eventually. Doesn't come back for 10 years.
The reply would come, I think, not promptly, but within the next 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to say it just says soon.
Says soon. And you know, that's probably the best we're going to get out of Chrys.
Fair.
No, not fair. It's not fair at all. I've been a really good friend, okay? And I've been trying to help her and do whatever. And honestly, like,
I'm sure she
just
appreciates.
disappears.
She's not just disappeared. She put her fist through a person's head. That could take some recovery time. So we owe it to her.
I need just one clarification for the statement. Is the thing Tess is thinking about when she says, I've been a good friend, not murdering Calig?
No, but... No, not necessarily that. She just means over the course of time, I guess.
Like, the entire time, or are we talking more recent times?
More recently, I want to say. Maybe.
Okay,
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's just like, we've been good friends. Like, it's more like a statement.
Okay,
yeah, we've been friends kind of thing.
Well, you said, I've been a good friend. My question here is whether Tess is knowingly lying or not.
No, Tess fully believes she's been a good friend.
Okay.
Whether or not she actually has been is
up for debate, yes, and especially with more. That was why the more recent thing was important, because like with the whole fist through the head thing, no one paid any attention to that with Chrys. And everyone just kind of like was like, "Look, we have things to talk." So yeah.
I mean, I wanted to talk to her about it, but I wanted to talk to her about it in the privacy of our own like home, when we could like chill. And then she disappeared. So.
Yeah, we were almost too late with that.
I'm sorry. What do you mean? Almost too late?
I caught her on her way out. She had her bags packed. We're lucky she's not gone.
Wow. She was just gonna leave us. Like just dip out and not say anything and just go away, like where would she go? What is
Does that
like
not sound exactly like her to you?
I figured she probably would have maybe not done that though, like learned somehow to just maybe that she has friends here that actually give a shit about her and who would want to be there for her. But also, you know, when we're in a room full of politically bloodthirsty vampires, I can't really deal with the fact that she put her hand through somebody's face.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about
I
the politics.
really got
she doesn't
that
care
point.
about the fighting. That's what
Really
upset
got
her.
that. Yeah, okay, except I didn't even like she disappeared before I could even have a conversation with her. And then I called you. And then she picked up, right? I can't remember.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
It's all a blur. But like I can understand that she probably wouldn't have been thrilled to hear that, you know, kind of like was going to be dealt with or whatever, or that I wanted to deal with him in a different way. But like, still, I still wanted to talk to her about her problems. I just wanted to do it, you know, over a glass of wine or something.
That's the thing is, maybe it's not what she needed. And it's not necessarily anyone's fault that we couldn't give her what she needed. But it sounds like what she needs now is space. And she did say she would come back. Maybe we just give her what she needs, right?
I say so.
She'll be back.
Yeah, soon.
Well, what's an eternity of waiting, right?
I don't
Sure.
think Chrys is like your dad. She doesn't have a whole mafia, werewolf mafia after her.
Yakuza.
She does have a vampire mafia that she is apparently going to be inheriting, so...
Yeah, but that's different. They're like her backup. That's just so cool, by the way.
Like a backup college.
Yeah, just fall through with Memoriae. Go and take over the family business.
I'd like to add a very small, like, not really insight, but just to color Tess's current train of thought and angry ramblings. It feels like there's this little bit of jealousy / envy mixed in with the anger.
Oh, 100%.
I just wanted to make that note for people watching, because it's just it feels like a part of it, but because I remember Tess being like, man, if I had your situation, I'd totally take on the mercenaries and be queen bee of the vampire kindred mercs, and etc. So
Yeah. Tess is very irritated that this has become her lot.
yeah.
Because she wants to do well and like she's ambitious, but you know, Chrys has this whole potential career set up with people who are backing her and safety nets and big, you know, brawny people who can train like their friends and everything. And her best friend got like changed into a vampire and he's like loving life and everything, and she could just like disappear if she wants to. And of course Tess is sitting here like, I can't leave because my mom's here, and it's not like I can just say, hey, we're just gonna leave Weirgate because we'd probably die and I have no idea where my dad is. So I was just like, okay, well, my family's trapped here, and she just gets to leave.
Also, having people like Max show up and kind of show deference to like the ones who've showed deference to Chrys and etc. It's kind of Tess's like thing that she secretly wants, but also, yeah.
Yup.
Man, it really is a mess when you get into Tess and Chris's brains, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's fun.
So I guess your dog cannot track my dad, so we're
No.
great. I'm gonna go clean this so it doesn't smell like chicken or have any dog slobber on it.
Okay. I have some notes on you, written by, well, people that wanted to mess around with werewolves.
The majority of the research notes are the base core of Winnie's thesis. And then there's additional like theorizing from other like the kind of like footnotes where it's like, oh, this piece of theorizing, like either we did research like this or we theorized that it would work out this way, and you know, it's all kind of, it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but yeah.
You what?
You haven't.
Goats?
got deep enough into it to draw anything yet, but we will be doing a roll in a minute, so.
But I do. Okay, so I know personally that Winnie wrote these notes, right?
Yes. The basics of what you've managed to piece together and figure out is he did it before he met you as like an intellectual exercise in warfare. Basically theorizing that if you took a werewolf who hadn't been turned yet and turned them into kindred, you might be able to make a more effective weapon if you can control it, and at the very least it'll be much more dangerous. But it wasn't, from what you've been able to find out and from things you've been told and etc., it doesn't seem like he was responsible for you specifically, just for the idea that got stolen and fell into the hands of the prince and others.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you find those?
Just along with some of Winnie's stuff.
That like, that would be a lie unless you
I'm gonna wits insight if you're lying.
Yeah, like I would imagine Tess would be in this instance be like hyper focus. So Cassius, that will be a manipulation subterfuge, which to be honest isn't as bad as it could be. All of Josh's character like start default with the equivalent of manipulation subterfuge. Just
yeah. Josh lies while role playing.
Yeah.
So it's helpful.
Not well, because that's a hell of a lie, Tess. You can reroll one.
That's a crit.
Yeah, that's a crit. You can reroll one, Cassius, but
yeah, I don't think that's gonna help.
Yeah, no.
There's no way you can get more than 6 here, so.
It basically, he starts to say one thing and then kind of stutter steps onto in some of Winnie's stuff. It's very obviously he was gonna say something else, and equivalent of like bit his tongue.
Try again.
Does it really matter?
Try again.
Do you know where?
Josh can't remember, but he
Right.
knows it wasn't in Winnie's stuff.
No, so it was found in the Elysium records by Marlowe. I think technically by Mac, but yeah.
Not in a hurry. Yes.
Yes.
We got it from the Elysium. It was the prince's idea, clearly.
Who's we?
Me and the coterie. Well, Matt gave it to me. Maybe we should ask Alec. Like, he's much more aware of some of these things.
About? You tell me everything that you know.
I just
and
did.
Then
I've not
we
read
can
them yet.
go. Oh, you haven't read it? Well, we can do a nice little like reading together. Why don't we figure out how I was made? Doesn't that sound fun?
Sounds really fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. When did you fucking pick this up? Because Elysium, as far as I'm aware, hasn't been around for a little while. Neither is Mac. So you've just been keeping this to yourself when I'm assuming that was what was in my file, wasn't it? That's why my file was empty. Wow. All of this makes sense. I was not, wondering what the fuck Project Sunburn or whatever the fuck it's called was.
Sunset.
So you just took the stuff out of my file and decided to keep it, and you haven't even fucking read it yet?
To be fair,
To be fair, To be fair, you would have actually kept it in my file and let me have it. To be fair, that thing wouldn't have been created in the first place. But in all fairness, the prince is dead.
Also, just because it's been a little while, Cassius, you did take it out of the file. It came, like, Langdon tracked it down. It wasn't in Tess's file. And Mac would have told you this when, I think he did tell you this when, like, it's been a while, so understandable if but yeah, Mac traded he found just the word Project Sunsight at, like, the beginning of the file, but the rest of the file was missing. And then Mac found it and gave it to you, and it's kind of been sitting around since then. So it wasn't in your file. But yeah, this stuff can be kind of conveyed in between the shouting because
Well, maybe let's just read it now.
Sure. Why don't we? I'm sure we're super creative. They're super curious to know how I'm a weapon of mass destruction.
You see Cass's eye twitch, like, yeah.
you see the storyteller try not to make a joke. Would you like to read it?
Since you have had it for so long, you can go ahead. Why don't you read out some things, some interesting points for us all?
Okay.
Maybe then when Chrys comes back, I can fucking beat the shit out of her. Right? Because apparently that's what I can do, is just go ape shit.
It's a thing that werewolves can do, yeah.
Except I can't fucking go into wolf mode, so, you know.
Not yet.
Not yet. I've tried. I can't, so.
I will begin reading this, shall I? And he rustles through and finds the right folder.
Okay. It's quite big.
Oh, that's a lot of information.
Really, really glad to know that this was a fun thought experiment for the second father figure in my life.
Would you just like to open a bit randomly and start?
No. Cass will begin at the beginning.
Okay. An introduction to werewolves.
Oh, is there an index?
No. It kind of it starts off and it introduces, like, the base theory of, like, werewolves and the, you know, the kind of, like, myths and the lore and some of the
Cass
fairly
is
known
interested
facts.
in a bit specifically for Tess, so he's gonna, like, skip, read a bit, skip, read a bit.
You skip over to the hunting and mating habits of Eastern Eurasian werewolves, the like domiciles and habitats of different werewolf clans and this is thick as hell. You're gonna need to spend some, like, a dedicated amount of time, like, going through it to actually find the bit you want. So
he absolutely will.
But having said that, I'm not sure how patient Tess will be, as you're like, ooh, interesting, ooh, okay, maybe I'll come back to this bit and read it. So I just need to make sure that you actually have the time before I get you to start doing a roll to see how you do.
I'm just gonna, like, make some kind of food and put it in front of Tess in the middle of all this. Just try to distract her a little bit. Just give him a little time.
There is not much food left in the fridge instantly.
Little time. I'm dead. I got all the fucking time in the world.
You do? It's true.
Yeah,
It's not funny.
Might take a while.
Okay, well, totally fine by me. I can fucking sit here all day, night, whatever.
Okay. In that case, 20 minutes pass. And then an hour.
Are you done yet?
Wait,
done yet?
you ask if he's done after 20 minutes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was prepared to go on and on, but I feel like, okay, 25
Cass
minutes go
ignores you.
past.
Cass ignores you as he's like nose deep in this book.
So,
And like crunching on chips or whatever like remnant food is in the house. Like,
Actually, at this point, he would have summoned a fox and sent it with a message to Alec, like, "What do you know about werewolves?"
okay.
I'd probably sit there and start sharpening my knives because I know I need to go meet with this contact, but I'm too curious to leave. This
So,
she's sharpening her knives and I'm using them to clean my nails. Like,
yeah, I just give her one. I'm like, there you go. Oh, this one's better for that. Here you.
oh, thanks.
So, my question is, as it gets closer and closer to morning and literal hours are going past, sidebar, Alec, you get that message. Unless you would like to do a intelligence occult, I can tell you the basics of, like...
I would like to do an occult so I can roll badly and then be like,
Yeah, okay.
despite the fact I've got loads of points in it. Let's roll bad.
Okay.
I'm doing another re-roll, goddammit.
Alright.
Because I'm not putting up with these crappy dice.
4.
I will take my 4 and sulk.
Okay. There are a decent number of werewolves in the east of Europe, clans and whatnot. You never really had any direct contact with them, but there's with the Sabbat, there's even like occasional parlays and stuff. Never really goes very well, but you know. So you have nothing particularly that would help in this instance. It's more like they're dangerous and don't be in a crowded room with one, or you know, don't be in the same vicinity as one, you know, etc. So yeah.
Okay. I think rather than responding with "I'm not really sure," I think he'll just turn up the following evening and be like, "Right, I'm here for adventure."
Okay.
So, yeah, he'll probably set his alarm clock for adventure.
And you want to send back a message, basically, like, I'll be around on the morrow or not morrow, but...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, the reply you get from Alex is basically insubstantial, but he'll pop round and maybe he can give some insight tomorrow. And yeah, so it's getting closer towards boarding time. Are you just guys gonna stick with Cassius until he's done, pretty much?
I probably at one point would have gotten frustrated and started trying to talk to Nahari about her vaporization experience.
Oh, okay.
And seeing if she's okay, because I don't want her running off the same way that Chrys did, you know, because I didn't address her issues, so...
In that case, Cassius, I need 2 rolls from you, please. I will need an intelligence, academics in this instance.
Oh. It's not folklore, is it?
It is not. It's much more scientific notes and research and etc. So...
Okay. You know what? What hunger am I at? I'm going to rouse.
Okay. You do not get hungry.
It's an extra 2 days, right?
I think so.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay. Now, the other one, which you can also use your rouse with, is a composure resolve. Well, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine if Tess starts talking to Nahari about her weird shadow power thing that Cassius doesn't know that much about, he would be super interested in what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to stay on target.
I don't, well, I don't know how comfortable Nahari would be talking about it because she doesn't know what to think.
Yeah.
So she'd basically be like appreciative of Tess reaching out to her about it. But it's not that she's avoiding it really. She just doesn't know what to think.
Well, I foresee a problem with this. In that you're both sitting around with nothing to do and Tess is bored. Tess does, correct me if I'm wrong, Vandy, but Tess does not have a personality that will let that go. If you go, I'm very appreciative of you, it's like, it's not about you, Nahari. I want to know these things, and
She better find something else to distract me with.
okay.
I will let that, I'll put that out there. Like, if Tess can be distracted by something else.
Oh, yeah.
Equally interesting, then she would let it go. But if she's like, no, don't worry about it, Tess will be like, okay, but what though?
No, seriously.
Right?
If you can think of something yourself, Tess Aquila, feel free. If you'd like my help, intelligence. You know what? In this instance, I think it would make sense for it to be intelligence subterfuge, because you're trying to think of something to like. It's not lying, but subterfuge isn't just lying. It's also like distractions and
manipulation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fun.
You were like distracted later on, but you definitely remember Tess flirting with a dude at the party. You think his name's Castor?
Oh. Good point.
Mm-hmm. I know Tess.
So I'm like sharpening a knife, and I'm like, so who was that hot boy that you were hanging with at the party, by the way?
Oh, Castor? Yeah, he's from the wilds. Isn't he fucking hot though? Like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even get to bang him. But I got a date.
That's awesome. What are you gonna wear?
Fuck, I don't know. Because
Where
I
is
don't
he
actually
taking
know.
you?
I don't know. I think we're going to the woods.
Okay. You have some things that could work with that, and I like drop all my knives and pull her into the bedroom to start picking outfits.
Okay, whoa. First of all, I mean, I don't even know when this date's gonna be.
Yeah, but it helps to be prepared, right? You can try stuff on, you can get some ideas. Maybe you'll end up going shopping later, but in the meantime, you can see, if you don't get a chance to go shopping, what you could wear.
No, we're going shopping. Oh my god, we can go shopping. Okay, well, first we'll take a look, and then we'll see. Maybe I need to shop for like some more accessories or something. So
yeah.
Oh my god, how funny is that? A vampire werewolf dating a vampire who can turn into a wolf.
Right?
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Pretty great, actually.
So
the distraction, like resistance, that roll is now enough, Cassius, to resist being distracted by them with the talk. The difficulty was higher, but it got lowered thanks to Nahari basically acing the test, basically.
Test with 2 S's.
The test. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah, so we just like we would just do girly shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's getting close to the end of the night. I imagine once you're kind of like done girly stuff and it's about time for bed, you would head to sleep. Kind of like with plans for shopping the next day.
Well, I go back first. I'd be like, so?
It's getting interesting, Cassius. You're not quite. You need more time, but
You say so, and you barely get a.
he doesn't look like he's heading. He doesn't look like he's heading to bed immediately.
Anything?
You wait like a minute, and then there's a. Sorry, what?
Holy shit.
This is really interesting.
No fucking shit. Story of my life, I guess.
Cassius, you've just gotten to the part where it starts to theorize about hybrids and like the details and etc. of the hybrids.
I think I understand everything they're talking about now, and we're at the point of you theory.
Oh.
I will
Okay.
get you your answers. It's just going to take a lot of time to actually fully understand it.
Okay. That's fine. We're gonna go out tomorrow.
We?
And Nahari and I are probably gonna go out tomorrow. So I have this thing I want to try out. I want to see if it works. Might be able to get a whole bunch of free shit. We'll see. Anyway,
No. You're not feeding random people your blood.
oh my god. No, gross.
What?
Good. Okay.
Oh, did you not hear about this? I have like really horny blood.
Really?
Yeah. So like
Gross
people who like drink my blood get super into me, and it's like kind of weird. Like they get really obsessed with me, like more than usual. So yeah.
Cheapy wants on record that was not how he described it, but it is basically what it is. Yes.
Yeah. Basically, I got a whole bunch of horny juice flowing through me.
I'm like Viagra.
I'm like,
Yes.
I put the V in.
yeah. So my blood is drugs, pretty much. So you want to try some? You will have to be super careful, though. I will give you like a little bit, but also you can't promise you're gonna fall in love with me. You gotta promise you're not gonna fall in love with me because
I have to think about this one.
You hear the storyteller cracking his knuckles in preparation for what might happen here.
or I can just show you how it works on other people.
That might be better, just because the last time I drank from someone, they died, and it was a human, but I would never forgive myself if something happened to you.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get hungry. Yeah, but I'd rather risk a human than you.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna let some normie drink my blood, but it's we'll see. But there's other shit I want to try. No, I have this like, how some people can just like say words and then people will just do them. So I wanted to try that, like when we go shopping, to see if they would just like give me the things.
Oh, that would be so useful for getting my money back if you could make it work.
Yeah, I read about it somewhere and I was like, what if I could just like make them do what I want? But like
That
in not a creepy way,
I don't think there's a way that's not a creepy way, Tess.
I'm not trying to like bone them. Obviously, people who want to bone me just want to do it anyway. So,
it would just be
consent's
so
important.
incredibly useful. I mean, there's so many situations where that could help us.
Did we ever get your money back?
No, that's what I mean.
Do you want to go get your money back?
I would love that.
Oh my god, I love it. Let's go get your money back tomorrow and we'll just like make them give it to us.
If you can make that work, that would be incredible.
I can certainly try. Okay.
Wow, Nahari. Wow.
What?
Are you
Never
ready?
realized. Wow, okay.
I'm wondering if this is in character because I assume Cassius.
No, this is in character.
Okay, yeah.
Cass just saw
that
Nahari
actually
go,
ripped
the
Cassius
thing
out
you want?
of his.
Let's get the thing you want. That would be cool. And he's like, shit, I just figured you out.
It's taken a while, and
It took
Cassius
so long.
Cassius is heading off, but yeah.
I just like look at him and smile.
What? Did I miss something?
Yes. Be careful.
Well, of course we
She's
will
gonna
be.
get you in a lot of trouble.
Who? Me?
Nahari.
Why?
I'm
Why?
only doing it to help us. This place needs some security. Come on. You gotta admit that.
What is this like weird smile thing? That's creepy. I want to know what the hell's going on in Casa
No.
de Cass over there.
Nahari knows what's going on. She's manipulating you, Tess.
Yeah, but she's hot, so it's fine. Oh, wait a
As long as
second.
you
All
know.
my problems come from this. Jesus Christ.
You're
Yeah. Why is she manipulating me? I literally offered.
Because as soon as I said that might not be a good idea, I saw her go, no, it's a great idea. You can help me. And honestly, Nahari, I do want to get you help. For all sorts of things. This shadow stuff seems super interesting. But can you give Tess a break? She cannot help herself.
I mean, I wouldn't have her do it if it wasn't successful against the shop. We'll go shopping first. We'll make sure it works. I'm not gonna.
Wait, should we get the money first? Because then we can, like, buy more?
Well, the thing is, it is risky, right? I see. Okay, so I assume out of character. I assume Tess remembers because we've talked about this before. We were planning on doing it with Chrys, and I told you
Yeah.
guys the details, right? So you guys know that it's a dangerous place that's controlled by the blessed, and there's some kind of magical protection that we don't understand.
You have, however, got information that the blessed are packing up and moving out. So,
Right.
like,
So-
there's enough wiggle room for you to be like, maybe it's not dangerous now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't just go in there blind, but I mean, I think we should go shopping and see if you can make this power work. And if it works, then we'll have an avenue to get my money back.
Okay, but bring your knives too, because you never
Of course. They're always with me. And I just like pull one out and roll it in my thumbs.
know. Yay, plans! Cass, keep reading, and I'm going to bed.
Okay. Tess and Hari head to bed.
Cass has already put his head back in the book.
Yeah. So Cassius, it is very close. Like, it is actually partially a struggle to keep staying up when you feel like you should be getting your head down and sleeping. But you're getting to the good bit, and you feel like you're on the cusp of a breakthrough in your researching the notes. And it is right when you're thinking about giving up, and this is thanks to the crit, basically, that you stumble upon a passage relating to hybrids and theorizing about... It says a cure, but it's not really a cure. What it essentially says is, it is unlike rumors and vague legends of Kindred turning back into human, it is impossible for a hybrid to change from being a kindred back into human, regardless of however much effort and reform and good things, and everything that is in the legends about turning back into a human, which are fairly vague and similar to your stories, they're like folklore. There might just be legends or stories, or who knows. But there's also a reference to a kindred monk out in out in Asia somewhere who like runs a temple in the mountains, who is like theorized he is searching for some form of means to return back to humanity. But it goes on to say, because the subject would have already been a werewolf, they were never human. In this instance, they merely were also changed into a kindred, making them a hybrid of some form, or they were changed before their first change. Essentially, they are still a werewolf. Therefore, it is theoretically possible that if a way was found for the hybrid subject to initiate the first change, that would fundamentally alter who they are, because the change, when you have your first change, you change into a wolf, and you can change form and etc. It fundamentally changes. It's theorized, at least, that it fundamentally changes your core, like DNA, your core makeup of form. You would no longer be kindred because you would be a werewolf. So there's no solid, definite scientific examples or research to prop it up, but in theory, a hybrid can, with effort and probably a lot of research and soul searching and just a whole load of crap, basically, initiate the first. If they can initiate the first change, they can stop being
they'll become
kindred
a
and
werewolf properly.
just be a werewolf. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Cass pulls his head up, like he cracks his neck, like, ah. Hey, Tess.
Everyone's asleep.
I'm in
It's
bed.
it's like you can tell it's morning by how uncomfortable and stuff you feel. Like the sun is at least, if not up, then so you'll.
Oh fuck! And then he just face down in the book. He goes.
Yeah.
For someone with time powers and knowing exactly what time it is at all time, the one kryptonite for Cass are words on a page.
Yeah. Okay. So, you all sleep through the night. Wake up the next day. Please, everyone, give me a rouse check. See if anyone gets hungrier. Cass, you're fine. Tess, you get hungrier. Alec, you are fine. And Nahari, you get hungrier. Wow. Seems like the good people who are like nerdy researchers, they don't get hungry, but the thirsty ladies who are going out to shop and seduce people with blood somehow get hungrier. It's weird.
Oh, okay. So this is a fate thing, and then
Yeah.
a morality thing.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
karma thing.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
You know what? I have a question for Josh. As a final, little bit of fun for both you and me, would you like to finish off what you do with this in a snapshot?
What I do with this?
Yeah, with the there's a little bit more for you for Cassius. I'd love to put stuff it in a snapshot to tease everyone in the.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay. It won't be a super long snapshot. It'll just be a little recorded session, and it'll be Cassius's exit.
Cool.
Okay. In that case, it's a little bit early, but let's finish there, everyone.
What?
Are we doing this? Is Vandy gonna join us for this?
Probably not.
But it's about Vandy.
I know.
Well, it's about Tess.
I know. It's my going away present to you.
Ooh,
Wow.
I don't get it, but I'm interested.
I hate you?
Okay. So let's have a little chat about the show and do our outros, and then we'll be done for the episode. So we'll start off with the teacher Shoelace, Alec, and also Hydra. Hey bud, how's it going?
What up? Yep, doing good. Alec is wondering whether he's made a grave mistake by teaching the young boy the standard double knot instead of the surgeon's half-tucked knot.
Right.
But, you know, only time will tell. We'll see if he comes back and has fallen over with the boo-boo. Yeah, today was cool. I look forward to seeing whatever happens with this horribly cryptic thing that I have no idea what it is, but stuff.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Roll on stack shot, I guess.
It's been a little while since we had a stack shot, and yeah, me and Josh will have a little chat.
Yeah, fun. Fair enough.
Moving on to Tess Aquila and also Nahari. Hey, you revealed a little more of your personality than you've managed, than you've been willing to before, which I thought was really interesting, and yeah.
I mean, they've gotten to know Nahari for a while now. Plus, that if she can actually do that, it's so useful.
Yeah.
I feel like they've seen things she didn't want them to see. Things have happened she didn't expect or want to have happen, but they've stuck with her through it all, so she kind of can't help but
try and manipulate them.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, she's been doing it all along.
Yes, she has.
Like...
I do like that Cassius finally, like, the pin dropped and he's like, oh!
he just watched Nahari change Tess's mind.
It was
like twice in a row.
Yeah, it's like Tess has a blindfold on and Nahari has a carrot and is just like dangling it and just like left, right.
Oh, even Vandy, like, listen, I'm even blind to most of it, to be honest, as a player. Like the manipulation with getting away from the dust thing and into something else like that I knew, but like the stuff afterwards I was like, huh, where are we going, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like super well thought out or anything, but it just, so Nahari's very enably, right? That's what she does. So like,
you think?
yeah. So like anything, and Tess is very into stuff, like very obviously into stuff, right? And so it's very easy to kind of be like, oh, you want to go shopping? Oh, you like a boy? Oh, you can use your brain powers to manipulate people into doing what we want? Let's do that.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
There is another added layer of it ends up working out for what Nahari wants, but let's not let's not discuss that part. Yeah, it's just enably, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to feel bad.
Man.
That was very good. I know Tess feels bad because that's
It's not me. But it is Nahari.
Oh, it is Nahari. Yeah, like if one thing that is quite interesting, if you go back and watch Nahari's reaction to killing girl in club compared to Chrys's reaction to killing person fist through head, there's like, you can see the distinct difference where Chrys is like super freaked out because she feels bad, and Nahari is super freaked out because she's worried about herself and what this means for her. And it's like very subtle but very, very distinct difference between the two characters, which I like. Talking about distinct, you know what? Talking about very subtle, Tess and also Vandy.
I'm as subtle as a rhino in a china shop.
In a brick store.
Rhino in a brick store. No. Yeah, I kind of just went off today.
It's fun.
I kind of just ranted. So,
I'm
sorry for yelling your ears off.
Oh, it was very Tess. It was very good.
Perfect.
Very appropriate, yeah.
There's a level where Tess like is trying to consciously think about others, but you know, she's been through enough bullshit that she's like, but what about my bullshit? Like, hello? Also, I'm the best person ever. Why doesn't anyone want to be around me? No.
All of Tess's good intentions are tinged with self-interest, which is like it's not an admirable character trait. It is, however, very understandable, and like, you know, it's not something I'd be like, hey, let's die on this hill and defend Tess. Like, Tess is right on this. But
no.
You know.
No, but she's very
She
predictable.
tries.
Yeah, she tries, but she's also very predictable in how she's likely going to react to things. So
For the most part, like, she's not vindictive. She's just impulsive. Like, her whole beef with Nathan, while understandable, is also very impulsive. It's like, I hate that person. I want him dead. And it's like, what about what happens afterwards? It's like, don't care. Want him dead. Kill him.
Yeah, she's planning for the short term. The long term, she's planning for the very, very long term. She has a goal. She has no idea how she's gonna get there, so she just goes step by step.
And
she has no idea.
Like, she managed to achieve something I think she's been wanting, which is responsibility and power and being recognized by
and
people.
She hates it!
And she hates it. So funny.
She fucking hates it! She's like, I don't fucking want this! Like, Christ! Like, okay, cool, I have a club, I'm getting money, whatever. But now I have to make decisions that are difficult, and I also have to, like, talk to people that I fucking hate.
And the more she keeps going up that route, the more she's seeing people like drift away, which is kind of becoming apparent.
Yep. So she's like, fuck this noise. So that's why she was very into the whole like, let's go back to our roots. Let's go shopping. Let's
Distractions.
read about this stupid book thing and rant about it and make Cass do all the work.
I like that even though she's pissed off with Chrys in like a selfish and weird way, her immediate like impulse was, let's copy Chrys and get distracted by literally anything and be like, my problems are here, but let's go do other things. And like, Nahari has a problem, I'll help her with her. It's like an homage to Chrys, basically. And yes,
it really is.
That is shade thrown at Chrys.
There is like a strong, you know, when I was like, oh yeah, I want to fight Chrys when she comes back, like legit part of that was because, you know, of course, like she's starting to feel like how Chrys is and trying to avoid her problems like she is.
Yeah.
But also like there's a secret part that's like, well, if she wants to leave me, like I don't need her kind of thing. I'm better than her. And I was like, I'm gonna beat her at the things she's most proud at, just like fighting and shit, like things she's best at. Fucking Cass, figure out how I can just become super strong and Hulk out for a second here while I beat the shit out of my friend. Like,
Cass, hold my earrings and heels.
Yeah. But also tell me what to do here, because I don't know what's a left hook? Sorry, what? Is that like a fishing term? Gross.
It's a bit like a bridge in a song.
Anyway, that was
like Tess doesn't know, but Vandy got a little bit of information about the hybrids and
being able to turn back. That's a
if you can figure out how to do the first change.
Shit.
We'll see if I'm not even 100% sure like how appealing that. I don't know. It would depend on so many things, but
yeah, it's definitely something she would consider though.
Yeah.
Depending on everything, because like she doesn't know what it would feel like to be a werewolf.
Yeah. She has like, remember the forest on fire?
Yeah, but she doesn't know, like,
she has an inkling
for sure.
Yeah,
like she's like, I'm turned into this one type of monster. If I'm not this type of monster, I'm gonna be a different type anyway. So like,
it's the difference between like the experience that Tess had with the inside the forked road and the forest on fire. It's the difference between like standing next to a fire and being warmed by it and being on fire. So yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't really have the idea, but she has an inkling.
Yeah.
Although I've stood, but I've
thought,
been
though.
warmed by a fire before. I don't know what it's like to be on fire, thankfully.
You probably don't want that.
I don't. No.
Apparently it's the worst way to go. So.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it was something I aspire to. I was just saying,
No life goals of
No.
suddenly setting yourself on fire.
Does make me think of my favorite Terry Pratchett quote, which is, teach a man to set a fire, keep him warm for a day. Set a man on fire, and he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
Yo, that is a very Tess way of thinking, though.
Yeah. Finally, sorry, there's been a delay. Cassius and also Josh.
Hi. Cass has realized things about his mates a little bit too late.
Yeah.
About their self-destructive tendencies. But now he's peacing out. He's busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, he's kind of going off to serve the greater good, weirdly.
The greater good.
The greater good. So, like, in a way, he's, like, expanding his protection of the coterie.
Yeah. Let's say it's that.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if that's not his number one priority, it's something that's gonna happen just through him doing what he's gonna be doing.
I do like that he spent the last couple of episodes going, I don't think they need me anymore.
And then last
And then be
episode,
like, read this for me, Cass.
Last episode, just as
Sorry.
he's leaving, he's like, "Oh God, they need me. Like, I can't leave. If I leave, they're gonna kill each other or everyone else." It's yeah.
Or both.
Yeah. So I've had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Seems like there's going to be a special spooky snack shop with Cass. But aside from that, yeah, this has been pretty awesome. And I can't wait to see what you get up to without me and Cass around. It will be fascinating
Be like,
to see what each character ends up with.
there'll be like 75% less scheming and manipulation.
books.
Less books.
Much less books, which, you know, I'm not as interested. No books, no deal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. We have a couple of things to address in the snapshot, like what you want to do with the camper van and that whole area. So we'll talk about those things in the snapshot. Also, Stitch of Fate, Blood on the Grand Strand. I think did you have your last episode or second last episode?
Penultimate.
Okay, so the last
It
episode
would have been the last episode, but 2 of our characters got kidnapped, so we had to deal with that before we did the final episode.
Oh, okay. So last episode is
A couple of weeks from now.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Stitch of Fate still going strong on episode 4 of season 2. And it's getting really good. Getting juicy.
I need to catch back up with. I've done season 1, but I need to bridge the gap.
Same.
I need to bridge the character episodes and then get back into the next season. And I'm sure there's more vampire things that Josh will be doing. Like, if you like
Inevitably.
Vampire the Masquerade, basically follow Josh and you'll know about all TTRPG Vampire Masquerade things that happen. Because they just flow through him like a stream.
Like
or a sewage pipe.
yes. Mostly that. Have you seen the videos I make? Utter trash. No one else will make them like that though, so.
It's true. So yeah. And for myself, still a few minor tweaks and things to do before announcements and other things happening. And I'm still figuring out like the Après Sunkissed plans. So I'll keep you up to date on that as best I can. Best place for the moment will be Discord if you want to know about any of those things. So, well, we still almost managed to stretch it out to the end anyway, even after I was like, let's finish early. Thank you for watching, everyone, on YouTube. Go look in the links below. There'll be links to everyone. I'm going to leave Josh in the description just because he's part of the show regardless. Like, you know, don't get weird. So you'll always be able to find him in the episodes if you are one of those weird people who doesn't follow or subscribe, etc., but still goes to watch stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do that sometimes with like channels and stuff. I'm like, I love this channel, I just haven't followed it, and I will just go and watch it when I watch it, you know. Weird. Aside from that, we'll see you next week to find out the aftermath of whatever happens in the snack shot, and also the results of what I think is going to end up being an Alec, Nahari, and Tess shopping adventure.
Yeah, that's not what he's expecting.
Shopping.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna turn up like, right,
coffee.
werewolves, and they're like, frilly dresses, and it's like, he's gonna be too polite to say no, so he's just gonna end up being,
yeah.
he's gonna
Also
end
a
up
bank
being,
heist, probably.
yeah,
And bake heist, yeah.
like Alec's gonna end up being that guy with like a stack of clothes like stacked on him, sitting in a chair in the corner of the shop. Just like, soon hell will end and I will die. And
Alex,
it cannot
take a
come soon
selfie
enough.
with me like this. Just take a selfie.
What's a selfie? Is it like a Pokemon?
Yes.
Like Christian comes in, sir, I managed to capture a selfie.
It's a
I will
really
do-
existential question, because
It
honestly,
may
there
evolve.
could be a Pokemon named Selfie
Yeah.
at one point.
It evolves into a portrait.
What? Yo!
Yeah, or
I'm
it
gonna-
evolves
I'm gonna-
into a werewolf from a vampire,
Oh Christ!
or
I'm gonna get Alec a phone, and I'm gonna put Pokemon Go on it, and I'm gonna be like, be free. He's just gonna be like, what the fuck is this? He's just gonna sip his tea and
Why is it
spin
shiny?
the Pokestops.
So,
Pretty much.
goodbye. And for everyone on Twitch as well, goodbye, thank you, goodbye. I'm not recording, so I don't know why I did 2 outros this time, but goodbye, everyone! End stream.